How are you doing today?
I'm very fine, thank you. How are you?
Hey, fine, thank you. Well, I'd like to start asking about last year. You had a severe case of thrombosis, essentially a face-to-face encounter with death.
Yes.
So I love to know how do your recovery has been and how you managed to cope with up to this point.
I am doing well. I'm doing great. The doctor still haven't found the cause for this shit, so it's a freak accident or whatever. But I take my meds and I go to regular checkups, and I'm doing actually quite good.
Oh, cool. Well, I'm really glad to hear you're okay. And about this, how's this close encounter with death changed your perspective on life or the way you approached making music?
Not really. It's not my first close encounter with death. But it's the most recent, I guess. No, it hasn't. I wouldn't say so. When I got actually out from the hospital, the day after, I did write a song because there was some frustration I had to get out. But that song will be on the next Gra album, actually.
Okay. And now that you say that, how was your first encounter with that?
Oh, it's a long time ago. Those are things I rather not disclose or even think about so much.
Okay, no problem. Well, and this question comes from a fan who would like to know, what does Corpse Paints mean to you on a personal level?
Well, it's something that has been around for so long now, so it's like you almost don't think about it. It's just part of it. I think that, for example, in Dark Funeral, it has always been a central part of the live shows and a part of the visual aspects of the music.
Yeah.
And it gives a vibe, and I guess putting on a mask would give you the same vibe, or even dressing up. I mean, you dress up for a business meeting, you dress in a certain way, you go to a wedding in a certain way, you do this in a certain way. I think there's not so much difference in that. It's an application for you to be in the mood of what you're doing.
Yeah, it's like your work custom, something like that. Yeah, cool. Well, that's easy but clear. Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, you've been in Dark Funeral for 11 years now, but you've been in music since for much longer. So I love to hear your perspective on the new waves and generations of metalheads and black metalheads and all about metal. How has your audience changed or evolved compared to 10 years ago?
Well, 10 years ago, I don't think it has changed so much. I mean, since I joined Dark Funeral, me personally, I have, of course, gotten way more attention for everything that I'm doing. But for like the metal scene in general, I think if you go back 30 years, maybe go back to the 90s, to the mid-90s, since then it has multiplied a lot. I think that is the biggest difference, and also the entrance of internet.
Okay. So now you feel the scene is more alive than ever?
Yeah, and it's bigger than ever. It's actually huge. I mean, I can imagine like 15 years, even 20 years ago, when the internet was kind of newish and people were on MySpace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even those were different times. Now, when you go to a comment field of whatever shit on YouTube, you have like hundreds of comments everywhere, and there are so many people involved in everything, and there are so many bands, so many magazines. Everything has multiplied. But I guess that's with everything in this fucking world, as everything is multiplying and people keep multiplying.
Yeah. Everything, because of internet, everything is much easier to approach, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Many generations know Dark Funeral, of course, but about these new waves of fans are always emerging. For those who haven't discovered the band yet, how would you describe Dark Funeral if they ask you, who is Dark Funeral?
I think that we are one of the early ones in the second wave of black metal, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
If you look aside from being the first wave, being Venom, Celtic Frost, and those guys, Bathory, of course. We are one of the early ones, and we are actually one of not so many that are actually around and never stepped aside. We've been consistently. I mean, Dark Funeral has been consistent for over 30 years, which I think is pretty cool. And if I'm to describe the music, well, we have always been relentless, and we are fast as fuck.
Yeah, nice. And well, I'm hoping here in Guadalajara for your concert. So, what the crowd can expect from you? That's a personal question.
Well, from me, I'm always giving my best. I'm always giving everything I got. I was out running today. I ran like over 9 miles. That's like 15 kilometers. I try to stay in shape. You know, that's also, as you asked me about my hospitalization, it's something that I'm working on to be in the best fucking shape that I can for life, also for the concert. So I'm preparing like crazy for this tour, and I'm gonna give everything. And regards of the show itself, if you like old shit, you should like this one.
Cool. And well, after all these years and giving your best in every concert, I want to know if you still feel kind of nervous before staying at the stage.
I've never been a nervous kind of person. I have expectations, and sometimes I have concerns if I have a sniff feeling that some technical issues may occur, which sometimes you have like this, okay, this is going to be a difficult one. But it's not about being nervous. It's about being prepared for any bullshit that might occur, you know?
Yeah.
As for myself, I'm ready. I know what I'm doing. It's the external factors that I cannot do anything about that. I can only give the best from my own perspective, and that's what I always try to do. And, you know, even if you have a shitty day, you know, tired as fuck, or been flying the whole night, you know, not getting any sleep, the moment you get up on that stage, you know, it's like I'm stepping outside of myself, and it just happens, you know. So.
Oh, that's nice. Good perspective, of course. Well, to wrap things up and let you go, could you send a greeting for Mexico to Mexico and tell us what can we expect from you and what can you expect from us?
Well, I always expect a lot from Mexico because we're fucking incredible every time we come. The audiences are great, and we always have a really good time in Mexico and in Latin America in general too. It's always like such a warm welcoming, and well, we will give our best. And as I said, the set list is fucking phenomenal. So I think you should take the opportunity. Maybe you know that we re-released the first EP last year.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So there will be a lot of old stuff from there that we may or may not play so much live in the future. So take the chance to come and see the show. You will not be disappointed.
Nice. I love the new stuff. I love it. Well, thank you so much for this interview, and you take your time.
Thank you. No problem. Nice talking to you. Well, I'll see you in Guadalajara.
Yeah, see you in Guadalajara.